Hey, I'm Brian. Welcome to Bread and Butter Combos, fighting game community's #1 source for all combinations of the bread and butter variety. And today is the very special 1-year anniversary Q&A, because bread and butter combos, we've been around for We'll be taking our first question from G42, and it says, Brian, you've done a lot of episodes of Bread and Butter Combos this year. What's your favorite episode of Bread and Butter Combos? I think my favorite episode is probably the Valentine's Day episode. That was a very special episode to me, and I feel like I really helped a lot of couples on Valentine's Day really, get closer and more intimate via combinations of the bread and butter variety. So this next question comes to us from Twitter. You can tell because of that @ sign right next to the name. This question's coming to us by Dress Up Down. Okay. And it says they want to play a game with me. Thank you. Fuck, marry, kill. Fleshman's, Land O'Lakes, Blue Bonnet. And that's a really hard question. That's a really it's a really hard game. I mean, I like all three of those butters so much that you're gonna... Okay. Even though I don't want to, I'm gonna kill Fleshmans, because I find their name very difficult to pronunciate, and I feel like if I had to marry them, that I would have to do that more than not. So I guess that means I'd fuck Blue Bonnet. I don't really have a reason for you why, because and then I'd marry Land O'Lakes, because, I mean, I think they're probably the best out of those two. This next question comes from jackthejack@gmail.com. That's a really cool Gmail. And he wants to know, do you like bread? Yeah. Yeah. Just waiting for the next question to show up. Sometimes it takes a while. This next question comes to us from Michael Lentz, and he wants to know, do you prefer bread and butter?
He likes bread and butter. He likes toast and jam. Well, that's what his favorite be.
Bread and butter. Or bread and butter. I. Oh, do you like bread? That's the joke. It's really funny, Jack. I'm sorry, Michael. I think I prefer bread and butter. Definitely. So this next one's a little special. It comes to us from one of our avid Facebook posters, 7283PPJJY26 Vaunt. I wish you would get a more better. He wants me to rate his combo. So there's the picture of the bread and butter, and I mean it's kind of hard to see since I'm not there and I can't taste it. It looks like a garlic bread of some sort. I can't really tell what the butter is though. It looks like it might have already melted into the bread. I'd give it 3 breads, 1 butter.
Dude!
So that was pretty cool. Guys doing oops, I'm sorry. So we got just one more question for this very special anniversary Q&A episode of Bread and Butter Combos Fighting Game Communities number. It comes to us from the fighting game community. They sent this question. It's not even really a question. They just want the frame data on sourdough bread, which this is one of my favorite kinds of bread. So I mean, obviously, I know the frame data on sourdough bread. It's got 10 frames of startup. It's got 6 active frames, but 24 recovery. And with 140 damage and 80 stun, it's actually not that great on block. So you really want to be careful in your usage of sourdough bread in any combat situation. That's all the questions we have today on Bread and Butter Combos, the fighting game community's #1 source. So maybe we'll see you next year for another Q&A. They are our second favorite combination here at Bread and Butter Fighting Game Community's #1 source for all combinations. Bye.